Now that you've related the story about your young self, how you actually grew up the ranks, if you could go back and have coffee with your young self, is there anything specific that you would want to say to
myself.
yourself?
KG, we live with so much anxiety about the future, particularly at a young age. We live with so much uncertainty about what we're going to become.
Yeah.
And about what it will take to get there. Will I ever get there? When you see people who've made it, you ask yourself lots of questions. What does it take to get there? It would be an interesting conversation to have with myself because of the background that I've just given you.
Yeah.
At the time, I probably would not even believe myself
Sure.
if I said it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Shoulder to the wheel, put on the effort, and that people will recognize that. Work hard, be consistent at it, and the results will come through. You'll be recognized and opportunities will come. And I think those are the things I would say. I would say, keep going, boy. You will get there.
Yeah.
But I doubt that I would even believe it. Because there's just so much of impediments and paradigms that we build in our minds about things that would stand in our ways of achieving what we need to achieve.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm a founder of an organization called Mentor a Boy Child, and which seeks to help young boys become better men for society. And a big part of it is to unlock so much of potential that exists in them, that they can at the very least, have the belief that it's possible.
Wow.
That it's possible. It doesn't matter where you come from. What matters is where you're going. And I hope in a little way, I'm dealing with a lot of my own, CDs, and I call them CDs because, now we play iTunes.
Yeah.
CDs are the things we use to put into a device.
Yes.
And we've got so many of PTSD issues that have impacted us in our lives, that they sit in these CDs that we load in our minds. Yeah. You load a CD and you think it's not possible. So I hope in a small way, with these young boys, and the contribution that I make is to reframe the possibilities. Reframe the possibilities about what they can be in life and how they can become, inspirational themselves to others. Because it can become a ripple effect when you get it right.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing, Sydney. In fact, you've just reminded me of an event that we attended last week when we were celebrating International Women's Day. And we also showcased a movie that was also sponsored by AFSA. And I'm sure you and the team were behind that. And it's I think it's What About Boys?
Yes.
What About the Boys? And I spent some time and I watched it, and I think we need many more of you guys really just spending more time on the boys of the future.